Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. Welcome to the No Man's Sky Utopia expedition. This is the redo or redux. I guess it's actually pronounced in English. I think it's I think it's pronounced redo in French. But anyway, we're redoing the Utopia expedition, but the focus of this live stream, if people come on and chat, will be talking about the Hello Games' new game, Light No Fire. They finally announced a new game which looks very much like No Man's Sky. It's like a reskin of No Man's Sky, but with fantasy technology instead of sci-fi technology or medieval times technology, and also magic and magical creatures instead of space creatures. um, so yeah, it's basically No Man's Skyrim. So if anybody wants to come on and talk about it, otherwise I'll probably ramble about it for a while also doing this um, uh, expedition. So I need to make 4 floor panels. I need to install my analysis visor, looks like. Need some carbon nanotubes. There we go. How could the analysis visor only be made out of carbon nanotubes? That doesn't make sense. It needs to be made with something else too. Oh well. Groot! Somebody must have named this Groot. Wait, why is it called Groot slash H Jugjovia? That is weird. Who named it? Does it say? Discovered by Big Bob's. Okay, so Big Bob's named this tree Groot. That's funny. I was gonna say that's pretty crazy coincidence that the procedural name ended up being Groot, but it's not. It was named by a player, of course. So anyway, I'm super excited about Light No Fires. I actually, believe it or not, it might be hard for people to believe because people know me from playing this game so much. I'm really not that big into sci-fi. I mean, I like sci-fi, okay, but fantasy is way more my genre. So the fact that the next No Man's Sky game, the next epic Hello Games game, is going to be fantasy is a dream come true. It's like everything I love about No Man's Sky added with everything I love about fantasy games put together. So I'm ecstatic that that's what we're getting is a fantasy No Man's Sky, because like the majority of my favorite games of all time are fantasy games, and I always play as a mage, or I prefer to play as a mage. Well, if it's a game like Skyrim, I mean, I played Skyrim a lot. I think I made one character for every race in Skyrim and like played through the whole game with every character, every race that you can have. My favorite was Orc, so after that, pretty much every fantasy game I play that has an Orc or an Orc-like race, that's my favorite race, and that's what I usually want to play as. Even though that race isn't really a magic casting race, or it's not considered a magic casting race for the most part. I really like making a big, muscular mage, which is antithetical. I mean, that's not usually... Oh, darn it. Delete. How do I delete? There we go. That was annoying. Didn't snap right. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so... I don't think I've ever played a really big epic fantasy game on this channel. So you'll when Light No Fire finally comes out, you'll get to see what I'm like in a fantasy game. I like to make a big muscular, and it looks like there is like a big muscular race. They look like, well, there's several different animal races based on the trailer. There's like, what's the next thing I need to do? Walls, of course. There's several different races based on the trailer. Like there's some kind of bunny race.